Romania and online. We're starting live now on all channels. Very happy to be with you all. I hope everyone who has subscribed to this process is now coming live on Zoom. David is also here. We're going to ask to mute yourselves as you come in. Thank you for joining. Very happy to have you here. Subscribe to this process is now coming live on Zoom. David is also here. We're going to ask to mute yourselves as you That's come. The transmission on YouTube that you're hearing right now. We're starting the new Pranic process online. I'm very happy to see you. Such an honor to have you here. Such a great moment also to start this process. It's quite cool that we're starting it right in the day out of time, or the day beyond time, as it's called in the Mayan calendar. You know, the Mayas were considering this day to be a special day where basically the beginning of a new year is starting in, and we can actually feel this new energy streaming in. For 2 days I've been very different and very, tuned in to this new energies, and there's been many events going on the planet and with myself. I've been in a lot of conferences. Many people have called me to be, with India, with the US, and continuing tomorrow and the day after tomorrow and so on. It seems that something is shifting at a very deep level, and I'm very glad that we've chosen to have this class today. Before anything else, just know that you have just joined the process of 8 days. So together we're going to meet every day. We're going to discuss the meeting time soon because it might change, and we're going to discuss it to all of you and vote it with all of you that are already subscribed. And the rest will tune in and adapt to the hour that we decide together. 8 days we meet for 1 hour and a half for powerful discussion and meditation together. It's a deep process on all levels, reconnecting to the core of your being, with your higher self, tuning deeper into your pranic frequency, pranic consciousness, the ability of being nourished and supported by source, higher level of awareness, and tuning into your intuition, and also a detox at the physical, emotional, and mental level. So we're going to start with a detox at the physical level, which is very necessary for us to be able to tune in. And of course, that goes through the emotional detox and mental detox and so on. If you have questions or comments, please place them in the chat box. Other people are going to join in either tonight or on the road, in the next few days. The meditation that we're always doing is usually towards the middle end or the end of the gathering. So always we end with that. That's why stay tuned until the end and make sure you're not going to be disturbed. So try to basically take an hour or 1 hour and a half just for yourself, just for doing nothing, just for being fully here, fully present. Just know that your state of presence is affecting the rest of the group. So it's not only an online gathering, it's an in spirit gathering. We're actually sensing each other. And the more we are connected and present with each other, the more we're able to bring in the best information for the group, because it's actually not something I'm reciting, even though I'm teaching this class from since 2013. It's not something I'm reciting mechanically, not something I've learned by heart and I'm reciting every time I meet new people in the class, but it's something we're putting together of the souls that is attracting a certain information that might be specific for each person. So sometimes you hear me saying something that apparently has nothing to do with the topic of the day, but it has very much to do with one person that is in the group that is going to get goosebumps or powerful downloads of energy, because for him that's the right thing to say. So this is how I work. I basically channel energy. I don't channel a specific entity or a group or a civilization. I just channel source, the energy of consciousness, and that comes in whichever form is required for the people present in the gathering. So that's what's happening in the class. That's why take a pen or paper if you want to write things down. Make sure you have some headphones if you want to not be disturbed during the meditation, especially if you're living with other people that might make noise. And make sure that you're able to be here and focused for about 1 hour. I'm sure it's going to be easy for most of you to be present with us. And of course, if you have questions or comments, place them in the chat box so that we can actually answer what you need to have tonight, and not just, um, go around the topics that we're usually approaching. You are now invited to set an intention for the specific evening and for the rest of the week. What is the intention that you're starting this class with? What would you like to receive or get through with during this week of evolutionary leap or detox, or however you want to call it? What would you want to have happen for you during this process? What are your expectations? Maybe you can write in the chat box a few things about this, and the ones who are in other channels, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you are, just use the comments area to write that. What would be your intention for such a training? What do you expect or want to have accomplished, or what is the thing that you came for? Why are you here, basically? That would be the question. Yeah, use the chat box. The more we interact with each other, the more we tell each other what we need, what we expect, what we would want to happen, the more we get the best results from this gathering. Very, 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 very happy and honored to connect with you. More of us will join on Zoom, and the ones who are on Facebook and Instagram, just know that you're only having about 20 minutes with us. And if you want to have the whole class, just sign in at the link in the comments or at the link in the description of the video, so that you are able to join this full process together. Somebody says here, pure love. That's very beautiful. The interesting thing, there's been two interesting things with this process this month. I've been very, amazed by how things have unfolded. A few people have subscribed to the process while I was in my retreat and I was traveling. And all of a sudden, I felt 1 or 2 days, or right in the day when I was supposed to start, I felt called to just move it a few days in advance. I felt to just move it a little bit because it didn't seem like everything was flowing for the beginning of it right at that moment. I mean, it was a little bit like, not really then. And when I asked universe, what is the day that I supposed to move in? I was tempted to move it on 24th, but I clearly received the date of 26th. So I just moved it on 26th without thinking much. And after I arrived back home and I started to really tune into it and see what this date is about and what's happening, I really saw how important it was for the evolutionary cycles of humanity and for what's actually happening at the energy level today. So I'm really, really happy for following my guidance, for not trying to push it and do it from my mind, just because I promised, just because it was scheduled and this and that, because I now feel that today is a much better beginning time for this process. And it feels so much more aligned. And the surprise was there's quite a few members that are connected with the Resonance Academy have decided to join it, which makes sense because you're also connected with the Mayan civilization as well. So it's no wonder that you're here, actually, and welcome, welcome, welcome. So for those of you in the YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, I'm streaming on so many channels that's why you see me watching several directions. Just know that the links are in the description of the video on Facebook or in the bio on Instagram, and follow that link and see what the Pranic process online is about, and join us if you feel called to. And if you feel called in your heart to join this process, try to get over all difficulties like time difficulties, finding nanny difficulties, financial difficulties, whatever there are, because this is your moment of evolution. This is a moment of change, and you actually might be part of the team that is working specifically in this time of on Earth on the evolution of the planet, and this process is helping a lot with that. So you're not only joining a beautiful training of your personal development, but you're actually, with your presence and participation, helping the evolution of the planet, because the light work that's going on during the meditations and our talks is quite impactful for Gaia and its inhabitants and beyond. That's not, to bribe about it, but it's the reality of what this process is. Yeah, and to tell you a little more about it, because some of you maybe are not familiar with this topic so far, this is a training, like I said, I was teaching it from since 2013. It was initially given to me, in meditation. I kept receiving that I should have a training of 7 or 8 days with 7 or 8 topics, 7 or 8 meditations on approaching specific techniques or procedures for heightening our vibration, for raising our frequency. And I kept getting that and getting that and getting that, and wasn't really clear. But once I joined the training with Jasmine in 2013, she explained that this actually is a program that the Ascended Masters have given for humanity to support the evolution and the raising of its frequency, and that the Ascended Masters that are supervising or supporting the evolution of humanity have given 8 specific steps and 8 specific topics in the specific energy for our hiding of frequency, to raise our frequency higher. And I'm going to tell you now what are the topics or techniques or practices, and what are the masters that are recommending and supporting this process, right? So all 8 ascended masters have recommended as a specific, raising frequency method, daily or regular meditation. I say regular because it can be more than daily. It can be actually several times per day. Every time you feel that you got a little disturbance, you can go meditation and technique of centering and raising the vibration. So all 8 ascended masters that are supporting this process and supporting the evolution of humanity are recommending meditation. Then the second thing that is recommended in this process is connecting back to universal source or whatever you believe in, to always stay connected to something greater than your mind, greater than your human self, for you to feel supported, for you to feel that you can get guidance, for you to feel that you have an intuitive side that can actually, give you messages. Or if you don't believe it's your intuitive side, for you to have, guide, ascended master, being of light, or even source or God, the universe, to stay connected to that and to basically reconnect back to that whenever you feel that you have maybe strained away from your path. And that's the recommendation of an ascended master called Kuan Yin. She's the goddess of compassion. Bless you, David. She's the goddess of compassion in the Asian tradition. You know, the Tibetans and the Thailand people and the China are very much honoring this goddess of compassion. She's said to have streamed from a tear of compassion of the Buddha of healing, whose name is Avalokiteshvara. So Kuan Yin is recommending for the specific training and supporting the constant connection to something higher than your mind, to always stay connected, to always try to get back in touch with your higher self, your intuition, and with your spirit guides or beings of light that are helping you, and ultimately with source. Then this third method of raising the vibration is to master your mind, to always supervise, observe, and try to upgrade your thoughts, right? Mind is not something we have to discard or make, certain tradition tell us that mind is an obstacle, that we have to make it shut up, that we have to make it go away. It's actually an instrument, the same way as your body is an instrument, the same way as your emotional system is instrument for you to experience this 3D reality and beyond. The mind is also an instrument that should be used properly. That doesn't mean that you have to use it all the time. It's okay, and it's actually beneficial to put it on hold and really stay into your true self and listen to that. But whenever you need to use it, like for example, calculating or making analysis, you can just turn it back on. And that's called mind mastery. And to observe and monitor and shift your thoughts and direct them, into the direction that you want to experience and manifest, that's also mind mastery. And that's recommended as a method of raising your vibration by the master called Saint Germain, who is an ascended master, who's working a lot with alchemy, with the energy of the violet flame, and with the power of transmutation and immortality. So he's been known to have appeared in several certain centuries, in several gatherings. Also has been known to have supervised the creation of the Constitution in US and so on. So many gatherings that have to do with the evolution of humanity he has participated in, and he's recommended mind mastery as a method of alchemy. He is also known as playing nice tricks like manifesting gems and gold right out of the thin air and stuff like this, because mastery is actually, when you master your mind, you can actually master elements and master everything and manifest everything at will. Yeah, like think of the richness of it. That's also good. Yeah, so that's the third method of heightening your vibration. And think about how low your vibration can be when your thoughts go astray and you focus on things that are not so happy, like the global situation now, or the conspiracy theories, or how bad the health of other people is, and how doom and gloom is with the pandemic. Whatever you focus on that is going in that direction will surely bring your vibration down, right? But if you have the power to switch your focus and actually move it to something more uplifting, to something that you would like to see manifest, like how would it be for the whole population to be healthy and happy and conscious, and treat your bodies consciously and detox your bodies and manifest instant health. Like, this is also possible. This is also a possibility. So mastering your mind and bring it into that direction the global situation in a heartbeat. But eventually, when all people try and are determined to master their minds, we're gonna live in a total different reality on this planet. It's gonna be much easier, much more beautiful, and paradise on earth actually comes from the mind and from mastering our emotions. The fifth thing that is the fourth thing, the fourth step or technique or procedure that is recommended in this process is to lighten up your diet. I'm sure that when you heard about Pranic and Pranic process, you thought that it's going to be all about not eating or diminishing the food intake. But here we are having this step at the fourth level. So not the first, not the second, right? Mind mastery is actually much more important, because when you master your mind and you direct your thoughts in the direction that they're supposed to be, you're actually losing the hunger. You're losing the feeling of being famished or needing food, and you're needing less and less food all the time. You can feel nourished by a source, by an energy that's higher than the energy of food, and you can feel all time peaceful. If your mind is peaceful, it's no longer consuming so much energy from your body, and it's actually helping you feeling to feel nourished. So lightening up the diet is just the fourth step. And what does it mean? It doesn't really mean to stop eating altogether. For most people, that's not possible at this moment, or most people aren't actually ready to do so. But it means that from wherever you are in this stream, from wherever you are with your diet now, you could go lighter. For example, if you're in an omnivorous diet, if you're eating all stuff, including animal products, you could go be vegetarian, right? And supposed to be, you're actually during this process, we're highly recommending for best results that people actually go into vegetarian food, vegan food, no animal products. The meditations that we're doing are powerful. We're going to have quite high streams of energy running through our bodies, and it's recommended for these streams of energy to be efficient for you to go on a lighter diet and vegan diet and mostly liquid diet, so that you get the best results and so that you don't get too much detox, how to say, detox crisis or aches and pains in the body. You know, when you think about it, if when you want to run water through a hose, yes, if the hose is clear, the water will run out smoothly, yes, and without any twists and turns into the hose. If the hose is cluttered in certain areas, the water will make it, twist and turn, and it's going to cause, difficulties. So the same is with your body. If you are in a light diet, the lighter the better. The energy that comes during these meditations is actually flowing smoothly through your body. If you are in a heavy diet and you continue to be in this heavy diet during this process, the more we turn the energy up and we make it higher and stronger, the more your body is going to have difficulty because it's cluttered, right? So try to declutter the body as much as possible during these 8 days. Try to avoid all foods that are heavy, fried, animal products, based foods. Try to avoid the things that you know that are toxic for you, like sugar, flour, and alcohol and coffee, all the toxins. Try to actually go through a detox and be kind with your body and give it the fuel that is actually needing, not exaggerate with the products that are not for your highest good. We cannot supervise you. It's not going to be about somebody checking on you. It's actually you checking on you. Yes, it's you giving yourself the love and the power to go through this. What we highly recommend to people is to try to have at least two liquid meals per day instead of solid meals. And in the evening, if necessary, have a very light snack, like a salad or some almonds or some nuts or something like that. That's what I do, normally throughout the day, or sometimes I do water during the day and some juice or smoothie in the evening. So that's what keeps us lighter. And you're going to wonder, yeah, but how I'm going to make it with all my work and all my exercise and whatever I have to do if I only drink liquids during the day? And the answer is, yeah, well, actually, you're going to make it. First, because you've decided to be in this process. Second, because you're receiving enough energy from one day to another during the meditation, to support yourself on this higher frequency. And third, because if you're going to top this up with some detox and parasite cleanse, it's going to be much, much easier for you to stay on liquids, you know, much, much easier than if you had a normal diet during the day. In parallel with the liquid foods and the small snack in the evening, we highly recommend that during this process you do a parasite cleanse. You could also try doing some colonics, that's very helpful. A colon cleanse or two, in their clinics who do it, with water, and also there are certain plant mixtures that you can find in the herbal shops that are actually cleansing your colon. That's the first step into doing a detox and into having a lighter diet. If you try to cut down on food but without taking care of parasite cleanse and detox, it's going to be difficult for you because the parasites and the toxins in the body require heavy food. That's what they do. That's what they feed on. So the more you have more of those, the more you're going to have, and you're going to crave for heavy food. The more you detox from that, the more your body will feel lighter. What is very powerful and easy to use for detox and parasite cleanse are sauerkraut juice that you can drink every day towards the evening for you to be closer to the bathroom and be able to go whenever you need to. 1 or 2 cups of sauerkraut juice will actually cleanse your digestive system and your colon. And aloe vera juice, right? That is better to drink in the morning. So if you do some aloe vera juice in the morning and some sauerkraut juice in the evening, that should do the work for detox. And some herbs for parasite cleanse, or there's mixtures of oils as well that do that. This is what you can actually add in your diet for the beginning as a detox process, and in the first few days just start with that and start with lightening up from wherever you are. And as you go deeper into the process, you'll notice yourself not needing so much food, not craving for so much stuff, and you'll notice yourself preferring to have a smoothie than a pile of chips. That might happen. It has happened to most people that have joined this process. Some have gone for more than 8 days on liquid. They have gone for 30 days on liquid during and after the process, just because they weren't feeling hungry and they weren't feeling like taking solid and toxic food. Because of the energy that were actually circulating during the meditations, that has occurred to some people. We cannot promise that it will certainly happen to you. It depends on where you are at the physical and emotional level, but it is a possibility. So if you notice yourself naturally going into lighter options, just trust that this is actually the natural way to go. That's what your body actually needs. And try to listen to your body and not eat out of habit or out of a thought program that you need this amount of protein, this amount of calcium, this and that nutrients to be healthy, but to actually listen to your body and see what it needs, right? And I'm going to give you some methods during this week to actually be able to check with your body and test with your body and see what is actually necessary for it and what it resonates with, because there's a process of resonance between you and the food that you're choosing. And the more your body goes in the higher frequency, the less it will resonate with low frequency food, right? It won't it won't ask for that, it won't need it, and it won't like it. My journey with lightening up my diet has been this way. I've been vegetarian since 20 years ago. At 17, I naturally felt meat is not a good option. I was feeling that since I was a child. But at 17, I decided that really that's not an option for me. Then so for 2 or 3 years I've been a convinced vegetarian. Then for about 10 years I've been going back and forth because I wasn't having all the information. And starting 28 years old, so starting almost 10 years ago, now I'm 37, I've begun to be clear on my vegetarian path. So I've never gone back to animal products, right? Especially not meat. And after a while of being vegetarian, I naturally felt that also after doing some detox for some 1 or 2 years, I naturally felt that also the other animal products like dairy and cheese and so on are not so good for me. And then I wasn't having such a good reaction to them. And my body wasn't really liking the way it felt after having dairy and milk and stuff like that. And so I dropped that as well naturally because my frequency has gone higher and it wasn't resonating anymore with that type of food. I hope that makes sense. Then after another while of going deeper into my details, going deeper into my practice, continuing with meditation and all the other stuff that I'm doing that I'm recommending in this process, I naturally felt that also cooked food is a bit too heavy for me. So I only do that very rarely now. I don't actually prefer to have cooked food meals, and I feel very, very good with just taking raw soups or small amount of salads, right? Because that's what my body prefers when I choose to take physical food. And I feel much better with that. If I take cooked food, I sleep right away. I remember I was with a friend and I was supposed to go to his conference, and I took a slice of pizza and I slept through his whole conference like a log in the middle of the whole gathering because that knocked me down. The food that is heavy is actually not encouraging your energy, and you feel sleepy, you feel cluttered in your head, you feel all the stuff that comes from heavy food, right? Defocused and so on. So naturally I prefer, like I said, soups or smoothies that are raw. And I prefer, if ever I take something as solid, I prefer nuts and almonds and salad leaves or algae as solid food. That's what I like. Very rarely I still take chips or but that happens rarely, and it happens with a specific purpose of me needing to shift my frequency into something denser, and I do it on purpose, and I do very small quantities of them. So naturally it went into that. And I also naturally, when I raise my frequency, when I have high amount of meditation during the day or high amount of work with people, when I'm having constant conferences and sessions that keep me in the theta state, in the alpha theta state of the brain, naturally I only feel to drink water and not take any other things. For example, in March, when I was during the Pranic festival in India, I could only take water during the day. And also in Romania happens pretty much the same, because I'm constantly in conferences and constantly in speeches and constantly in this flow, right? And my body doesn't cope well with taking anything that is denser. So I take water during the day, and during the evening I made a pineapple juice. In India, I made a half a liter of pineapple juice that I would drink towards the night to be able to rest, because otherwise I'm constantly spinning around. It's too much energy. See, the less you need food or drinks. But that goes with, it's a process of resonance that you develop. And the more you purify your vessel, your body, the more you need to be using a higher frequency fuel. The same with cars. If you have a high class car, you cannot give it regular gas because it will be broken. You need to have high quality gas, quality petrol for it. The same with your body. The more you detox and upgrade your body, the more the fuel that you're putting in, the food that you're using has to be of a high frequency. So that's step 4, or one of the important steps of the process that we're doing together, right? The goal is never to stop eating. The goal is being conscious of everything, including how you use your body and your fuel. Because the more you're conscious of that, the more you can function better into this world, and the more you can expand and develop your energy, because you have to embody your light. Let's actually bring the light that you are into the physical vessel, and it can only encompass it all the light that you are, when it is ready to receive it, when it is fine-tuned enough to receive it. And part of this fine-tuning has to do with the fuel that you're consuming, right? Step 5 is to treat your body like a temple. Basically, your body is the vessel of your divine self, right? Of your spirit. And therefore is the temple that you're manifesting in as divinity. I know for some of you it's hard to believe, oh, me, a divinity, if you knew how many bad things I do during the day. It doesn't matter, if you just if you just had a quarrel with your spouse or being bad to your children and stuff like that. The important thing is to be aware that that's part of your humanness, and that behind that all is the divinity that you are manifesting in form, experiencing how it is to be people. So the body is the vessel and the temple of that, and to treat it like a temple has to do with the way you clothe it, the way you nourish it, the way you exercise it, and also the clothing and the body products that you put on, right? Because everything that affects your skin will affect your energy, will affect your blood and everything that's within. And for those of you on Facebook, if you want to know more on this, just join the whole process. The link is in the comments. I want to tell you all the techniques and practice them with you during this week, and have the meditation of fine tuning and cleansing and clearing and harmonizing. But you just have to follow that link and be with us. In the meantime, I'm wishing you much love and see you soon. And if you're on Instagram, same, search in my bio for the link to the Pranic process online. See how you can join us. If you need a payment plan, just let us know. And see you next time, whenever that is. If you want to participate, send me a direct message and we're going to include you, and you can make the energy exchange later. Much love. Okay, and so um we were saying about the treating your body like a temple, that it has to do a lot with the way you clothe your body, the products that you put on, and the other aspects that have to do with your body, including your relationships, including your sexuality, including the way you share your body in whichever ways you do with others. It's very, very important that you always um, acknowledge that your body is the temple of the divine, and that it has this property of being in resonance with divinity, and treat it as such. Um, so we're going to talk more on that on one of the evenings of the process, but the sum up of it is that it's really best to use the products, the body products that you would be able to drink. Never put on your skin something that you wouldn't drink. Because whatever you put on your skin goes directly in your blood, and it's goes way faster than if you drink it. And it's nothing to filter it, like the liver doesn't get to filter it, the kidneys doesn't get to filter it, it goes straight into your blood, right? And so if you're not ready to drink it and have it in your body, don't put it on your skin. Like all your body products or your cosmetics or your body lotions, all that stuff, make sure that it's drinkable, right? That's the first step. And also do the right movements to move your energy and wear the right clothing that doesn't clutter your energy flow, right? The more natural the fabric is, the more leger it is, the more you can circulate energy through your body. While the opposite is to have synthetic clothing that is blocking your energy flow, and always, rubber shoes that is blocking your grounding, and in body products that are toxic and full of aluminum, like the thing you use for your armpits and the things you use for your shaving and all that stuff, throw it away if it's not natural, because you don't need it. Your body is a temple of the divine, and the higher your frequency is, the more it's going to be affected by the toxins in your body products. You can actually, in the past few years, I've evolved with using cosmetics, with using body products. I've evolved with using detergents and house cleaning products as well, because as my sensitivity develops, I'm more and more aware of how they affect me and the environment. So basically now I'm mostly using essential oils for cleaning, for my own body tune up, and in the house, as perfumes, as aromatherapy and so on. And that's what I recommend to everyone, and they actually do the job. They actually clean, they actually improve the smell, they raise the vibration of everything they touch and so on. So that's what we recommend. And it's very, very important. The more organic you go, the healthier and more higher vibration you have. Sixth thing is to bring your gift into the world. Your frequency gets higher and higher the more you manifest yourself, your higher self, right? So don't do jobs and don't do activities that are not in resonance with yourself. Whatever you do that makes you shrink, that makes you want to stop doing it, whatever that is, as your job, as your way of relating to others, whatever it is, just stop doing it and start bringing your gift to the world and start doing selfless service that raises your vibration. Selfless service means doing something for the others just because you can and just because you're enjoying it, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be for free. Hi, Anastasia. It means that it has to be for pleasure. It's a difference, it can be paid and be for pleasure. That's the greatest thing. So do the things that are making your heart sing, do them with joy, feel how you vibrate with the joy of having that, and make sure that you bring your gift into the world, that the activities that you do are actually uh, the ones that are making your heart sing. And that's a recommendation that comes from the Christed one, or the one we call Jesus or Emmanuel, and it's very efficient for all of us that want to evolve spiritually, because uh, I've actually noticed that when I changed my career from being a top manager and the general manager of my own company to being what I am now, whatever role this is, that's when I've actually expanded as consciousness, as divine being in physical form. Until then, I was feeling that I'm just playing a role, that I'm just, like a puppet trying to do human. And when I started to bring my gift into the world, which is writing books, holding conferences, holding classes, and holding therapy one-on-one, that's when eventually my frequency expanded exponentially. So self-service is doing what you can because you like it. And the recommendation before that, the one to treat your body like a temple, comes from Babaji, the immortal master of the Himalayas, the yogi master that has lived and preserved his body for thousands of years in an immortal aspect of himself. Um, and therefore, he's able to actually recommend to treat your body like a temple, because that has been, among others, his achievement, to preserve his body in the same youthful aspect for as long as is necessary for this planet. And if one man can do, other can do, and that's what we say. So sixth step is recommended by the Christ one. The seventh is spend time in nature, spend time in silence, enjoy yourself. Like your higher self, enjoy staying in connection with that. And when you're out in nature, you feel much more fine-tuned, much more in alignment, much more in connection with the elements, with natural forces, with all that supports life. Hi, Tom. So happy to see you here. And that's why spending more time in nature actually help your spiritual growth and your vibration to fine tune. Imagine when you're in a holiday and you're spending time in the mountain or on the seaside, you feel so much more relaxed, so much more connected, so much more in tune. And that's happening because you're actually interacting with the devas, with the natural elements, with Gaia, with everything, and you're in so much alignment. And silence is also a gift because it rests your vocal cords, it's resting your throat chakra, it's resting your mind, no longer interacting and doing ping pong of ideas with all others by talking. And it's giving you the chance to actually listen, because when you shut up, you sometimes also listen to your divine guidance. So my practice is to take at least one day of silence, full silence, no speaking, no typing. And the majority of the day when I'm not working, I'm not in the habit of just calling my friends and chatting, or going and scrolling on Instagram and chatting, or Facebook and chatting, and or whatever. That's why you see me answering, sometimes rarely to your messages, because I only have, I'm trying to have the discipline to only once or twice a day go through that, and the rest of the time be in silence. And the calls that I'm taking them only when necessary, because I prefer to rest my voice as much as possible. I'm not a public speaker. It's part of my job to speak, and it's part of my resting to shut up. So when you rest your voice, when you are in silence, you get more guidance, you get more prana flowing through your throat chakra, you get more in tune with the ether element, and you get more in alignment, and you feel actually much, much more peaceful. That's a practice, and it's recommended by Saint Francis of Assisi, an Italian sage that has lived out in nature. He has given up all his possessions, went to go out to live out in nature, and he has been so fine tuned that he was actually able to communicate telepathically with the animals and be nourished by them. They were bringing him food whenever he needed. So that's an achievement of staying in tune, right? And last but not least, another practice that we recommend during this process. So we've just talked about all 8 of them and all the 8 masters that are supporting it. The last practice is to work with sound. The way you use sound, words, and music is actually impacting a lot your frequency. I know most of you know that, but for the ones who don't know, it's about the water molecules changing shape according to sound. The studies of Masaru Emoto and others that have proven that your body being made of 75-95% water, is actually highly impacted by sound. So the quality of the music you're listening, the quality of the sounds that you surround yourself with, and the quality of the words that you're uttering and listening to, the things you say to yourself, even to in your head, the words that you're using for yourself and others, are actually impacting the molecules of your body and your vibrational system, and they can uplift you or downgrade you, right? So shift your music. If you're listening to common radio music, just shift it. It's not the natural pitch that you're benefiting from. I'm going to talk more about it in the workshop dedicated to it. Shift the words that you're using during the day, cut down on the curses, cut down on the fucks and other things that you are saying during the day, right? It sounds good, it defines a nice activity, but it brings a certain vibration into your system that's not always beneficial, right? And try to express through your voice, through this box right here, the things that you actually want to see manifest into the world. That's very important, because this is a manifesting device, right? This is what we have here, right? And we're going to talk more about it. So it's very important what you word out. And with that comes also the usage of mantras that are actually impacting so much your energy system and your body. The more you use and listen to mantras, the more you actually can evolve. And to many traditions, this is actually a very important practice of raising the vibration. The Tibetans are uttering mantras all day, the yogis are doing the same, and there's a reason why, because they're actually shifting years and years and years of cause and effect just by uttering repeatedly a certain sound. That's the power of sound. We're going to talk more about it, but these 8 steps and the practices that we just referred to are recommended for pranic consciousness, for pranic alignment, and for raising the vibration and maintaining it. There's a difference between just raising your vibration for a while, keeping it high for a few days, and then dropping back into your regular state. And there's a difference between that and having a lifestyle, a daily lifestyle that comprises these 8 steps that I just talked about, that are keeping you in a high frequency, high vibration throughout your whole life, right? That doesn't mean that you cannot have some ups and downs from time to time, but regularly you're in a good high vibe if you practice all this. These are the practices that are have been used and are recommended by most ascended masters in this world. And it's not so hard to include it in your day-to-day life, actually. And if you look at it, it's just a matter of some fine-tunement that is easy to do. And the last with the sound and wording and music is recommended by Mother Mary, which is a high priesthood initiate in the priesthood tradition of Isis and Hathor, right? And she knows about using sound and mantras, and the angelics, right? So her recommendation is to pay attention to sound and frequency. So if you need me to recap the 8 steps, I'm going to do it, or maybe I'm going to do it in the next webinar just to have a briefing of it. But I hope that has been, something clear and easy to use. And that's what we're going to refer during the process, and many, many, many other things that can be added in your life to just keep your frequency high. So thank you for watching those on Facebook, and see you in the whole program if you're ready to join. Link in the comments. For us on Zoom, I've gradually dropped all the other streaming channels to be able to fully be with you and focus on you. So for those of you on Zoom, I'm moving slowly into the meditation. If you need to ask or add anything about what we've talked so far, just please do so that we can clarify that. And then we're going to move into the meditation and move towards the end. Let me see what's written here in the comments. I want the option to release my need for food and also get that Pranic high, probably. It says panic, but I'm sure it's pranic. Because the panic is high enough on the planet already. We don't need more of that. And without expectation, only with an open heart, welcome. That's the best. So thank you for being here. Others are joining in the next days and also in the recordings, because if you're not able to join online one night or day, in your case, you can always watch the recording that is available and will be sent to you. So no problem with that. So some of us have said that tonight they cannot join and they're just going to watch the recording of the process. So if you're ready, let's make yourselves comfortable, because I feel to do the meditation and then discuss whatever it is, if there's anything else for tonight. Just make yourselves comfortable. Sit as comfortable as possible. You can also lay down. You're still gonna hear me. This is, it's gonna just be me doing some meditation here. So you can lay down or sit as comfortable as possible. And start following your breath. Feel your breath going in and out your body. And feel and follow the rhythm of it. And feel that you are in a light column from the center of the universe to the center of the earth, all the way through and around your body. You are in a light column that surrounds you with a diameter like your hand stretched out, all the way through and around your body, that's surrounding all of you. And you're fully in this light column, and you're breathing in the energy or the color from this column of light into your body. Deeper breath in, and you actually feel or sense that you're feeling this flow into your pores of the skin. It's like your body has become this big breathing organism that's receiving energy and breathing through all the pores of the skin. And just know that this column of light is pre-programmed to dissolve, transmute, transform whatever is not beneficial for you in this moment right now. And we ask that only the beings of the purest light and love can be present energetically and telepathically with us now. Only the beings of the purest light and love can be present energetically and telepathically with us now. Only the beings of the purest light and love can be present energetically and telepathically with us now. So deeper breath in, fully relax in this light. Feel your body is fully relaxing. Feel the soles of the feet relaxing. The ankles, the calves, the knees are relaxing. The thighs are fully relaxing. The hips, they're all surrounded by light now. The lower back, abdomen, upper back, chest are surrounded by light. The arms, all the way to your fingertips, are breathing light and surrounded by light in this light column now. Releasing all the tension, all the pains, all the cellular memory programs that are not necessary now, that is ready to be released. The shoulder and shoulder blades are also relaxing, the neck, the chin, all surrounded in light, dissolving the energies that are not serving us in this meditation, in this gathering. Only the beings of the purest light and love can be present energetically and telepathically with us now. The chest and arms are surrounded in light, the neck, the chin, the jaws, the head, all the eye bulbs, all the way to the top of your head, you're fully surrounded in light. dissolving away all that no longer serves you. Release from your body all that's not beneficial for you. In this column of light, whatever you're ready to release, don't connect to me, connect to source also. Those who you are tempted to connect to me as energy, no, that's not your source. The source is vertical. So we feel or sense that we have a connection cable that connects us to the heart of the central sun, to the center of the universe. And that through this connection cable, we're receiving more and more energy into our bodies. We're connected to the heart of the central sun, all the way up through the galactic sun in the heart of the central sun. Feel your crown chakra expanding, receiving this connection cable into the crown, then through the crown into your head, and through your head into the pituitary and pineal gland in the center of your head. And through the center of your head, then down into your neck, into the thyroid and the throat chakra. In the center of your neck, you can actually see your thyroid like a butterfly lightening up now. Then going lower, this cable of connection that comes with all this light from the heart of the central sun, it goes right into your heart sun, into the chakra of your heart. Through your neck, down into your heart. You can feel your neck filled with light, and then your chest filled with light, and then straight into your heart chakra it goes. Deep breath in, see your throat chakra expanding, bigger, 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 like a ball of light every time you inhale. It's actually receiving this light from the center of the universe into your heart. And it's expanding with every inhale, receiving more and more light. Very happy to do that. And with the exhale, it sends this light into your cells, into your organs, into all your physical systems. You can actually sense how everything is getting enlightened. The muscular system, the bone system, the skeleton looks like a Christmas tree all lit up. Then the nerve system, the circulatory system, the blood, the lymph get purified, endocrine system all the way down to the ovaries or testes, all the endocrine system is getting lit up and transformed, energized. Okay, and energy channels as well. All the nadis in your body, the energy channels, the chakras, all the way down to the root are lit up and cleansed and purified by this light coming out in. All the internal organs as well, everything gets lit up. See every organ in your body receiving this new energy. Everything that is resisting can dissolve away, right? Any pains, just focus there. Release in the column of light. It's pre-programmed to absorb, dissolve, transmute, transform all that doesn't serve you. Down it goes into the tissues, right? Into the fascia also. All the water in your body is getting transformed, the cellular memory as well, the skin, the auric field, and out into the universe it goes. And another deep breath in, receiving more light, more love into your chakra of heart, in the center of your chest. The crystal, the sun in the center of your chest gets lit up. And with the exhale, you exhale out into the cells, into the organs, into your physical systems, and out into the universe, nourishing you and all the things around you that are ready. That's pranic nourishment, bringing more of this light from the heart of the central sun into the sun of your heart, letting it flow down. With the inhale, And know that your heart chakra is actually the translator of this light. It translates it into nourishment for your body. That's its role, to translate the cosmic energy into body nourishment. So as it goes into the throat, into the heart chakra, it then emanates out as nourishment into the cells, into the organs, into all your physical systems, into your auric field, and out into the universe. More and more light radiation emanation going out now from your heart, feeding the field around you, wherever it is in your auric field that needs more energy or cleansing or harmonizing. We ask that it does that. Prana can do anything. It transforms into everything. It also goes to the lower chakras and to the feet, going towards the soles of the feet now. As goes to the soles of the feet, it goes towards the center of the planet through your roots. See your roots growing from the soles of the feet. See or sense how they are deep and strong like a big tree. See or sense that they go through the earth chakra and down into the heart of Gaia. Check your roots, see if they're strong. Wherever your roots are unhealthy, send light into them from your heart to get healthy, to get strong, to get nourished, to get hydrated. If they're dry, can't have a tree of dry roots, right? You have to have them strong. And this energy goes down into the center of the earth, the heart of Gaia. And it connects to the heart of Gaia now, to the pulsation of the foundation of the center of the planet. And you feel, sense, or intuitively perceive how it feels to be connected with the heart of Gaia, how it is to have this energy from the heart of Gaia streaming back at you as she sends more love into your heart. And she sends out, she emanates also this love, this Gaia, this high spirit that you've just connected to the heart, to the sun of the center of Gaia, right? You feel or sense her energy emanating back at you, right through your roots, this loving, compassionate, feminine energy up through your thighs, knees, hips, up through to your lower back, through the spine, up to the heart, and then up to the base of the spine, and then up to the top of your head. Fully filling your body so nicely, harmonizing and nourishing your whole system, balancing your elements, whatever needs to be balanced, the elements of your body, earth, water, fire, air, ether, all balanced now. And it flows all the way up to the top of your head, filling your whole body, and then flows all the way around you in a toroidal system through the top of your head, in the toroidal system, spherical shape around your body, around your auric field, forming this bioshield of love and light that keeps out all the radiation, thought forms, Wi-Fi, whatever doesn't serve you, the emotions of others, what is not beneficial for you, is just sent out from your auric field. There's just bioshielded, so it doesn't go into your field. So great to perceive that, and you feel that you're actually in this column of light with the energy from the center of the universe all the way around you, and the sphere of light with the energy from the center of the earth, and you're balancing the yang and yin energy, the cosmic and earth energy into your system, into your heart, and emanating out into your cells. Then whenever you're ready, you can come back with your attention fully in your body, feeling the soles of the feet present in your toes, soles of the feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs. You're fully present in your body like a hand within a glove, into your hips, into your lower back, upper back, chest, arms. You're fully present in your body, into your neck, shoulder blades, face, all the way to the top of your head. You're fully present here now. Huh. I'm yawning too as the result of this flow of energy. If you want to be on camera, say a few words, just unmute yourself and go ahead if you want to tell us how you felt during this meditation. I would be happy to hear from you. Is somebody having throat issues these days? Are you having any imbalance in your throat, or anything that you're not speaking out, or anything that you're not feeling to talk about? You know, you keep constantly doing this thing. I feel it here for some of you, whoever it is. Just make sure you bring more energy into your throat and speak out and, you know, communicate freely. That's important. Yeah, so go ahead, whoever wants to talk.
Thank you, Cristiana. That was beautiful, and I loved the.
If you do, you know, if not, you
Can
can
you hear?
also raise your hand so that we can see and unmute you. And in case you don't, and there's nothing to share, you can share something in your chat if you want to tell us a word of how you felt in this meditation, how it's been. Okay. If you want to tell us how it's been for you, if you had any experience, if you can sum it up in a word, what would the word be? Also, that would be great.
Can you hear me?
The thing that people are, one is saying I'm on PC, I have no camera. The other one is saying I'm having mic trouble. So that's so cool. So that's the thing that we were sensing here, you know, the inability to really express. But you know, it will go with time or beyond time. And it's nice that we have been able to tune in with the internet in such a good way and commune with each other. And I know some of you are still floating from the meditation. And yeah, to sum up the recommendations of tonight, try to first and foremost go lighter in your diet. Search for some good parasite cleanse, aloe vera juice and sauerkraut for detox, and do as much smoothies for detox and juice for detox as you can during the day. You know, try to avoid or completely cease any heavy food, any solid food during the day, so that you can actually benefit fully from this process, because it's also a process of detox at the physical level. So the first 3 steps of detox at the physical level are to actually stop using any junk food, try to go on juices for the next 8 days and just a little snack only if you really, really need it. Do your parasite cleanse, do your detox, and use as much as possible non-cooked raw snacks when you choose to eat anything, right? And this anything is better that it is in the second half of the day, you know, towards the evening, so that don't you don't clutter your body during the day, so you can run on this energy of harmonization and purification, so that you give your digestive system a chance to rest and relax, you know, because when you're going from solid food to liquid food, you can still have all your nutrients and nourishment. You can add protein, you can add you know, plants that have lots of vitamin C and calcium and all this stuff, but you don't need to chew it and digest it, which gives your body a rest, and it gives you much more energy for other things. And you can tell the difference, you know, between eating solid food and eating blended food, like you can blend or if all your food during this week, you can see the difference in that. And you're actually not going to eat that much because you cannot blend large quantities, and you cannot eat toxic because you cannot really blend your fries or your pasta. If you're choosing to blend your food, you're gonna choose healthy raw ingredients that's gonna make your body thrive. That's the good idea with blending food. And one recipe that I've been doing during the whole pandemic fun has been that I've daily put in my blender, or almost daily, I've put in my blender pineapple and all the leafy greens that I could find, spinach and salad and rocket and all this stuff, and parsley and what's the other one, basil and oregano and so on, and other herbs. I put them in the blender. I topped it up with some red peppers or paprika, and sometimes I've added apple or mango or whatever vitamin C fruit, like lemon or lime, orange sometimes. So basically, it's between a raw soup and a smoothie. Sometimes you can add avocado, depending on the tastes that you have in. You can put some cashews or almonds also in that and drink it. And instead of, that's going to be weird what I'm going to say now, instead of water, you can add sauerkraut juice. Sauerkraut juice that makes it all tastier and also adds to the detox and vitamins of it. It has a lot of vitamin C, vitamin B, other vitamins that D that are very good for your body, and it cleanses out your system, and it's an excellent probiotic, right, for your system. So if you're doing a detox and a colon cleanse, also add probiotics, especially if you're doing enemas or colonics. Always use probiotics in that time and for at least 1 or 2 months, so that you can reconstruct your healthy gut bacteria. It's very, very important, because actually, if you don't clean your gut and if you don't clean your colon, you're not going to be able to absorb nutrients, and whatever you're eating is not useful anyway. So that's why you need, especially when you use meat-based products, you need to do enemas, colon cleanse, and water cleanse for your colon, to basically rinse out the layers that are deposited in your colon that are keeping you from absorbing nutrients. How do you know if your colon is cluttered? The way you know, because you're feeling tired, you're feeling your mind a little foggy every day, you're having inability to focus all that much on extended periods of time, and you're feeling bloated every time you eat, especially if you eat raw food or foods that are like lentils or peas and stuff like that, beans, and you're feeling discomfort after meals instead of feeling happy, right? That's when your colon and gut are not in balance. So you want to give it more health, and to help it actually absorb nutrients, that's when you start cleansing it and helping it. Cleansing with colon cleanse first, sauerkraut juice, and helping it with aloe vera, probiotics, kombucha. Sauerkraut juice also helps, and healthy food, healthy nutrients, right? That's very, very important. The more you blend them, the less you put pressure on your gut system to digest and absorb. These are the first recommendation of tonight. If you have any questions, just do ask. But just know that this is the first step, the basic step, doing the detox and the colon cleanse and all that is the first basic step into lighten up your body and your diet. Yeah, cannot go without, because you have parasites and bad bacteria in your body. They are keep asking it for the food. to go straight on fasting or dry fast or whatever for extended periods of time because they want to be on prana, we don't recommend that. We recommend the natural organic way of starting with detox and with cleansing, because that's going to make it easier, lighter, more organic, and it's going to last on long term instead of being just one short week of of trying it. Somebody says, I felt constricted in the chest and then it disappeared. Yes, the energy tends to hit areas that might have been cluttered, and it tends to dissolve all that when we meditate together. So that's probably what's been happening. If you still feel some constriction there, oh no, it disappeared. But if you ever feel some constriction there, just focus on your channel of light that comes from the center of the universe to the center of your head. Absorb prana from there with the breath, and then channel it in the area that feels constricted. That will dissolve away the constriction or contraction. And that's actually a method of healing anything that doesn't function in your body. Okay. I'm very happy to have been with you this evening or morning. I'm grateful for your presence and participation. I am looking at or thinking of moving this towards 11 a.m. Bucharest time. Let me know what you think about it. It's not decided. It's just an idea that I got. Maybe it's better for some of you because some of you have joined from US or other countries and they tend to work during the morning. Yes, and I believe 11 or 10 a.m. is during the evening of your time. Just calculate on the time zone and write to me if you are agreeing with this and if it's okay for you to participate at that time. Yes, okay, Yunus, I know, but you're in Romania. Let me know the people that are off, that are abroad, if that works for you. If not, we can try to keep it around 7 or 8 p.m. or, between 8 and 9 p.m. our time. But tell us, please, what's best for you, morning time or our evening time. And that's going to be decided together for tomorrow and the days to come, so that we can harmonize that with everyone. Clear your throat. See you next time. Blessings. Thank and bye-bye. When we keep in touch with each other for the hour of the next day, same, I'm going to send Zoom link a bit before the event, and you can connect on Zoom or YouTube. Big hugs to all. Blessings. Ciao.
Bye, Cristiana. Thank you.